Yo, I think we're gonna have to do a remix on the name of this show. It is a show, Show Nuff Divided, and I am Willie, and Leslie is here, as well as Brian, as well as Teshia. Now, here's the thing: there's only one of our teams that's still alive in the playoffs. Actually, there's only one of our teams that even made the playoffs. But that is not what this is going to be about. This is going to be a show called A Show I Show Nuff Told You So. And I'm going to get into the meat and potatoes of that here in just a second. I'm going to bring in the bro and the sissies here in just a second. I'm trying to get some things lined up on Instagram TV because it is important that we have that particular audience join us. So I am in the process of the process, if you will. And I think I've just about completed it. So what that means is this, ladies and gentlemen, is that it is time to go. Bye or hello.
Right about now, you're about to be possessed by the sounds.
2-6 shit. Yeah, I know what it is. You little suckers get to talking, grabbing that walking, strapped to the pong of the jaws, and smacking they sleep with the golfers. And they getting greedy like saying, give me all.
Yo, I gotta tell you how much I love that intro. It just does something to my spirit whenever we come on air. And speaking of on air, there's Brian, there's there's Leslie, and there's Teshia. What's happening?
Oh, it's her first
Hello,
time.
hello.
It's her first time.
It's her first time.
I was busy. I just set it down. Jeez.
No, not you.
Hello.
It's still her first because there's still a diagonal line through the microphone under Leslie's name.
We're good.
How
What?
about
Never
I
happened.
was having a coughing fit before. It's Martini Wednesday. Lunch, everybody.
Yeah, okay. Well, we've been doing this. This ain't the first Wednesday we've done this.
I know. I was having a coughing fit before, and I didn't want to be coughing on here.
Uh-huh. Well, be that as it may, how are you guys doing on this fine Wednesday night? Some of
Doing
us
great.
better than others.
Yeah,
I think
doing
you're doing the best out of all of us, quite frankly. But
Really,
Right,
really,
right.
really well.
I mean, I kind of don't know because living here in Dallas and
I mean,
witnessing what happened on Sunday in Jerry World, I'm kind of thinking that I don't feel too bad right now.
no, it was fun.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I thought it was fun.
I thought it was more. It's like the funnest thing that I've ever seen. I mean, like for real. So let's just get to it. We ain't got no script, ladies and gentlemen. Shout out to everybody out there that's on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, Instagram TV, and of course, Twitter. Put your arms down. We are not doing that.
Yeah, we ain't doing that.
What are you
No.
doing? We are not doing that. Shout out to everybody that's on Instagram TV. I see you out there watching. The big homie, Hip Jose 5. Of course, that is Jose Trevino, New York Yankees catcher, all-star catcher for the Yankees. He is checking in. And Jose, if you want to drop some hints or drop some nuggets, man, you're more than welcome to do that. You missed the hashtag Brothers of Baseball show earlier, but it's all good. But we're going to talk about football. And I know Jose is a Cowboys fan, or at least I think he is, along with the millions. And The Rock means millions of other Cowboys fans out there that are essentially about to get it. and this is going to be no holds barred. And as a matter of fact, I'm going to do y'all one better. If you want to use profanity in this episode, you may do so.
This is your show, girl. Let's go.
You may use profanity on
You
this
guys are so
episode.
well trained now. I'm probably not going to do it. So, you know.
Hell
You
yes.
got this.
Yeah.
Shine bright.
Yeah.
Shine
So-
bright.
What do we want? Let's start with Kansas City. It was what, minus 187 degrees.
It was
I think it was
literally
negative
27, I think.
Was it? Huh? It was bad.
Negative.
What was it,
It
Leslie?
was-
Negative 27. I think.
Negative
Oh, good.
27.
There's at least the wind
That's
chill.
just
At
like
least. It was
Okay. Well, the Miami Dolphins probably felt that it was a little chillier than that because they were out there literally a fish out of water, and they were in a frozen environment, and it showed. Other than that one touchdown pass from Tua Tagovailoa to Tyreek Hill, that was I won't say it was underthrown. I will say that the wind grabbed a hold of it and slowed it down, and actually it enabled Tyreek Hill to draw a pass interference penalty that was obviously declined for the Miami Dolphins' only touchdown that day. Kansas City does what Kansas City does at Arrowhead Stadium, and they beat the Miami Dolphins 27-7. This chick here, Teshia C is the only has the only, she's the only person that has a team still standing. And I don't know how many cuts they did to Taylor Swift. I really don't care. But Teshia, I don't think anybody was surprised by the story of this game. What were your thoughts as you were watching your your Chiefs pound the Dolphins?
Watch yourself. It was a well, obviously it was a great game as a Chiefs fan to watch. It was interesting though. Like Mahomes cracked his helmet. That was, different. That could have thrown us completely off course, but it didn't. Other than that, I remember, what was it? Not last week because I was sick the week before. I said the frozen fish don't move around a lot. And in my opinion, that's exactly what happened. So welcome to Kansas City.
Yeah,
It's cold.
that had to be like as a matter of fact, it was one of the coldest games on record. And I think the rankings went like there was the Ice Bowl in Green Bay. There was the playoff game in Minneapolis when the Vikings missed the Vikings missed a chip shot field goal to Seattle, and they lost to Seattle. And then there was the game in Cincinnati at old Riverfront Stadium. I actually remember that game, and I was like, San Diego ain't got a chance. And then there was this game. So one of the top 4 coldest games ever to have been played, and it showed. It showed on the Dolphins. It showed on Patrick Mahomes' helmet. Brian, did you happen to catch the game? I know you probably did. Your thoughts on what Kansas City was able to do to the fish?
That was the perfect statement with them being out of water because they did not look comfortable out there. I mean, I don't know who would in negative 27, but it sure looked like Kansas City was in control of that game the entire game. They didn't look like Miami was going really to mount any sort of comeback to win that game. So, I mean, it was. I think there's a slight chance if it wasn't that cold that Kansas City wins by even more. Honestly.
Hold on, man. We got somebody that's broken into our broadcast.
Uh-oh.
Okay, so that was the play that actually cracked Mahomes' helmet that was playing in the background. I'm sorry, Brian. I didn't mean to do that. Go ahead, sir.
Oh, no, you're good. I mean, did you not hear any of that? I don't know. It sounded good to me. No,
Well, hold on. I like the part where you said that we could have won by more. I thought that was going in the other direction. So
no, the way that it looked, it really looked like Andy Reid pretty much coached circles around Mike McDaniel. So I mean,
with the frozen mustache, we all saw it, right?
right. He did have a frozen mustache, which I thought was interesting. But when it was -2 here, I realized what a frozen mustache really is. I didn't realize that was a possible thing. So,
Well, I mean, Leslie, that's pretty close to your neck of the woods, and I'm pretty sure that it may not have been what it was in Kansas City, what it was in Topeka, but
It was cold here. Yep.
it was just as cold. So
Yeah.
how's the city around there in terms of the Chief fandom with this victory over the fish that ended up being the dead fish?
Yeah, I mean, I think in their minds, Teshia will probably say they all expected it. I mean, I even expected them to come away with this win. They're not being insufferable yet, the fans, which is nice and refreshing for once in their lives. And that usually doesn't happen. Usually it's thrown in your face. But yeah, I mean, it was a good game. It's exactly what I expected it to be. Honestly, there was just no chance that without practicing in that cold that they were going to be able to accomplish anything.
No.
It was unbelievably cold. I mean, I cannot even tell you how cold it was. It like sucked your breath as you walked outside cold. And then the pain hit your face. It was terrible. So
yeah, I don't think you can condition for that. I really don't.
In that, it was terrible.
Tail of the tape, Tua Tagovailoa, 20 of 39, 199 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Patrick Mahomes, 23 of 41, 262 yards, 1 touchdown. Raheem Mostert, 8 carries, 33 yards. That's not going to get it done. And this is one of the things, this is one of the keys for the Dolphins to even stand a chance, is that they were going to have to run the ball, and they didn't. But Isaiah Pacheco, and it's something about that kid that rubs me the wrong way. I don't know what it is. But it's something about that dude that rubs me the wrong way. 24 carries, 89 yards, and a score. Tyreek Hill in his return to Kansas City, it's like they didn't even miss him. 5 receptions, 62 yards, 1 score. And Rashee Rice, the now new rookie of the year, the offensive rookie of the year, 8 receptions, 130 yards, and a touchdown. It wasn't even that close. It wasn't even that close. And Andy Reid's mustache was the story of the game, because a lot of people were wondering if it was snot or if it was actual water. I don't know why it would have been water. I put the over under the fact that it might have been a good 2 gallons of snot that was frozen in his mustache.
Okay,
he was breathing out of his nose. It's definitely not.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't remember what player said it, but a player, oh gosh, who was it? Anyways, went up to him on the sideline and they were like, hey coach, you got a little something. And he was like, well, this isn't a beauty pageant. We're playing football. So it's what it is.
Well, you know what? It didn't need for it to be frozen for him to be trying to talk about a beauty pageant. Yeah, I said it. So there it is. All right. So awaiting them being the Kansas City Chiefs will be the Buffalo Bills. This game will be played at Orchard Park. Yeah, we're going to get into that at the end of the show, but we're going to talk about the Bills and what they did to the Steelers. And I don't know if you guys saw this game. It was a 31-17 victory by the Bills over Pittsburgh. The game was a very, very competitive game. And I was really, I came out of the game impressed with what the Steelers were able to do against Buffalo. I mean, they moved the ball up and down the field, and Mason Rudolph, and Brian, I know you probably hate him because he went to Oklahoma State, but what he did in able to engineer an offense up and down the field, man, was pretty impressive. 31-17 was the final score. That game, of course, was moved from Saturday to Monday. And Martin Luther King Jr. birthday is what it was. And I actually have forgotten about the game being on Monday and missed like the first 15, or not the first 15 minutes, but maybe like the first, I don't know, 2 or 3 minutes of the quarter. So 31-17, Buffalo gets the victory. Josh Allen, 21 of 30 for 203 yards, 3 touchdowns thrown. He also ran for a score, putting up 74 yards on the ground. James Cook had a good game on the ground as well, 18 carries, 79 yards. A Pittsburgh team that was without TJ Watt, 179 yards that they gave up on the ground in the blizzard that was Western New York. Brian, did you catch this game?
I did catch it. And you're right. It was competitive through most of the game. I was actually going to give Mason Rudolph his props. You're right. I never liked Mason Rudolph. Even after he left, I mean, the whole time he's been at Pittsburgh, I never really liked him. But he played pretty well. But let's not think that, the Buffalo Bills defense has been stellar all year. I mean, it hasn't been fantastic all year. So, I think that he's got – I mean, look, Mason Rudolph played a lot better than what Pickett would have done. So, I mean, Pickett hadn't done much all year. I will say this. I think Joe Brady might be related to Tom Brady with how he's calling his games. And he's obviously a better offensive coordinator than the previous guy there. So he's doing well in his first stint as an OC in the NFL. So,
Leslie, I know you hate the Buffalo Bills because they're in your division, and I got questions about this being your division moving forward, but we'll save that a little bit later in the show. Did you happen to catch the game between these two teams?
I watched every single playoff game that happened this weekend. So yeah, I did.
So how happy were you in the fact that the Buffalo Bills got put? I mean, how upset were you in the fact that the Buffalo Bills are moving on?
I wasn't upset necessarily. I knew it was going to happen. I mean, I called that one the second I heard who they were playing. I mean, there was just no chance that the Steelers were really going to pull it off and get that win. In my opinion, anyway, I really thought it wasn't even a question that Buffalo was winning that game. In fact, I think they might even be winning the next game. So, I'm not sure.
Did the end of the show. End of the show.
Yeah, end of the show.
You
know what it is.
And we're done.
So let me ask you this, Leslie. Let me ask you this, Leslie. No, I don't want to ask that question right now. It's too early. Okay, Teshia, let's get to you about this game. Because I know you probably were watching it. Let me see your nails.
Don't have any on.
So you bit them off. You bit them off because during this game.
No, here's the thing. I'm not a Steelers fan, but I was really hoping they'd pull one out because I did not want to have to play the Bills. I was like, the whole time I was like, come on, guys, you can do it. They did not do it. So
and for like this
now
I was like, oh, for the love of God, please let the Bills win this game.
Yeah. Well, it'll be. Hey, you know what though? It'll be good football. So either way, when you lose, it'll be good football. Yeah,
for sure.
We always play good games. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we'll get to that.
Keep them on the line.
We'll get to that here in a second as well. But we got to move on and talk about the other two games or the other. How many games were there? Let's see. Oh, Cleveland. Oh my gosh.
Heartbreaker.
Oh my gosh. Cleveland, we have a problem. I mean, come on, Flacco. You threw 2 straight pick sixes. I mean, your stats were respectable other than the interceptions and the timeliness of them. Raise your hand out there. That's everybody that's watching and everybody that's on this panel. Raise your hand if you saw the Texans putting up 45 on the league's best defense. I'll wait. Anybody out there on Instagram? I'm talking to you.
Crickets. You hear crickets?
CJ Stroud is a straight stud. I mean, and he didn't even have all his weapons, y'all. This game between the Texans and Baltimore will be a rematch of the first game of the year. But this ain't that same Texans team. Not even close. And for Cleveland, I think we might be able to put to bed of any potential quarterback controversy between Flacco and Deshaun. I don't even know if Flacco will be back next year. What are y'all's thoughts on that? Leslie.
You know, here's the thing about Flacco, though. I mean, let's not give the guy too hard a time. Isn't he like the backup quarterback?
Yeah, he was the fifth quarterback on the roster.
Yeah.
Right. So
Yeah.
he's still doing pretty good.
I agree. I totally agree.
That's what you need. I'm telling you right now, if I get hit like that, I'm just gonna lay there and y'all can finish the game without me. So there's no chance. I didn't think he did horrible. I mean, yes, we all expected them to do better. I mean, I think most of us, I don't know if Brian did, but I think the rest of us picked him to win. And everybody, I mean, I wanted them to win because it's the Browns, just like I want the Lions to win because it's the Lions. I don't think he did bad. I mean, my God, he's not like 25 years old. So
he's 406.
Yeah, he's younger than me. Grandma Leslie. Anyway, so I don't think he did bad necessarily. I really think, and it's no different than like if I talk about the Patriots and their god awful O-line. Quarterback might not be the greatest, but you have to have your O-line there to back you up, and they just weren't. They weren't there.
Yeah, Teshia, did you see the game? Cleveland.
That's actually one I just watched highlights on, but still, I mean, I completely agree. I know, Leslie, we don't agree a lot, but I completely agree with you. I want him to do well, you know, give him a chance and whatnot. It just didn't work, man. It wasn't his game.
Brian, tell me,
really pretty, and that's all that matters to me.
Brian, tell me what you think about the Texans, man. Do we?
Man,
I mean,
Texans are for real. I mean, right now they're showing that they're the best team in that division. 100%. I'll give them their props. And look, I know you said something. You might have been joking about Rashee Rice, but no, C.J. Stroud's the offensive rookie of the year. I don't care.
Oh yeah,
yeah, 100%. Like that dude is a beast. He's showing like that he's the best quarterback in the division as well. Even better than Trevor Lawrence right now. I mean, he's playing better than him. So I mean, we'll see how that goes. But look, I called it. I called this. I mean, I'm pretty sure on our show, on our Super Show, I said that Flacco, he's been riding high, you know, towards the end of the season, and I said comes in the playoff game, he ain't gonna have a good game. I said he's gonna come back down to earth, and that's what happened.
In terms of what I said about Rashee Rice, he was the offensive rookie of the year for that game.
Oh, okay, for that game. That makes more sense. Yeah,
for that game.
Look, I know we're probably going to make picks on the division. That's probably what we're going to do, so I'm not going to give away, obviously. But, I mean, Texans look good. They look good right now.
I think Nico Collins, the receiver from Houston, is one of the best receivers in the game that they do not talk about.
That's 100% facts. Yeah.
And the fact that he went to Michigan makes my smile a little bit wider because of that.
He's terrible. He's not any good then.
Oh, well, okay. Well, the Michigan Wolverines did win a national championship last week, in case you guys know.
We don't need to talk about that.
Who said?
Okay.
Yeah, who said?
I just wanted to
That's
see
old
what was
news.
going
That's
on.
old news in the past, Willie.
I just wanted to see what was going on. You know what I'm saying? So C.J. Stroud, 16 of 21, 274 yards, 3 touchdowns. I think he had that's a near perfect passer rating. Say that 3 times while drinking a beer. Yeah, look at this. I mean, he averaged over 10 yards per attempt. And
Willie, that'll be the second. If he did have a perfect passer rating, that'd be the second quarterback that did it this weekend. And we'll talk about him in a minute.
I don't know if this one was a perfect passer rating or not, but it had to be pretty doggone close. Devin Singletary showed that he can still run the pill, even though Pierce is injured. I understand that, but Pierce is a beast, and he will be all right. And that if he sticks, if Singletary is there with him next year, man, oh my God, I don't even want to get into next year. Nico Collins, 6 receptions, 96 yards. Flacco, 34 of 46, 307, 1 and 2. Kareem Hunt, For a team that once had a very vaunted running attack, they forgot how to run the ball. And I understand they you talk about injuries to an O-line. They've had so many injuries to their O-line that it's not even funny. I mean, I know they had at least 3 players that were lost for the season. And that included their left tackle. I think he went out the first game of the year. David Njoku, 7 receptions, 93 yards. So let's move on to the next. And
Bring it, Willie. Come on, do it. You know you want to.
Let's move on to the next. That would be the Dallas Cowboys at home against the Green Bay Packers. The Packers came in as the number 7 seed. And oh, by the way, I am the only one on this panel that picked Green Bay to make it to the playoffs in our season preview super show. And I am a proud papa because the Packers went into Dallas and jumped on them and did not let up until about 7 minutes left to go in the fourth quarter. 48-32. The game was not even that close. Brian, what happened to Dallas?
Here we go. Yes, they are who we thought they were. All right, it's the exact same team they are every single year. It's a never-ending cycle. It's the exact same cycle. The season they get excited, they win a few games, they get their hopes up, like, oh, we're a Super Bowl team, not even a playoff team, we're a Super Bowl team, and then first round, here it is. I mean. I thought Dallas had a good defense. I don't know why I thought that, like, going in. I did not expect Jordan Love to dice them up like he did. And, I mean, they diced him up. In fact, there were players lost. Like, they were just lost. And, I mean, there weren't players at 20 yards and near the receivers of Green Bay. It was bad. It was as if they didn't even want to play. Like I don't know what was going on. And Dan Quinn, I don't feel like he's a bad DC. Like, I just don't. Here's the thing. They ran man all year and dominated. And they switched to zone in the first round of the playoffs. Like, you ran man all year. Why would you change? It doesn't make any sense to me. Like,
yes.
No sense. And clearly we saw, that didn't work, So I don't know. Shame on them for letting Jordan Love, have a perfect game, So Dallas can't run the ball. Obviously, Pollard was better as a backup than he is as a starter. They can't run the ball.
Tandem. I wouldn't say backup. I would say tandem.
Okay, yeah. He's better as a tandem. He doesn't need to be in there as the main guy, and that showed. And Dak, oh boy,
here you go.
Dak, yeah, please play something. I know you got something for me.
Here's our opinion about Dak.
Now, if you want to crown them, then crown their ass. But they are who we thought they were. And we let them off the hook.
Willie, I've said it 1,000 times that Dallas will never win. They won't reach the Super Bowl with Dak as the quarterback. It will not happen. I've said it for years, and that has always come true every year. Every year has been the same. They got to get rid of him. I don't care if they keep McCarthy. Dak's got to go. I don't care who you go get.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. Leslie, go ahead.
Mac Jones would be better right now.
No, I ain't. No, don't say that. That I'm not gonna let you say that.
Yes.
Here we go.
Let's go. I care about that, and I care about a coach for that team because I cannot be a Cowboys fan. It is exactly what I hoped it would be. I just didn't think it was, and it was amazing. Like, my brother's best friend is a Cowboys fan, and I sent him a text about halfway through. I was like, wellness check. You all right?
Yeah.
And the expletives that were used in the text back. Poor kid's been a Cowboys fan his whole life. So, yeah, it was glorious.
Glorious. Teshia.
I might be as excited as if next week.
Yeah. Okay. And we know what that means. Teshia.
Mhm.
Cowboys, Packers. What happened to Dallas?
What do you mean? Dallas? Like, what do you mean?
Dallas was out there. Dallas.
Hey, I have a couple really short and funny things to say, but this is very true. So I waited a few days to check in on my Dallas Cowboys fan friends, and the consensus is out. They already think they're in the running for next year's Super Bowl. So let's get.
Yeah, that part.
Clockwork, baby. Clockwork.
No.
Right. And I have a stupid dad joke. Can I say it?
Yes, you can.
Oh, I'm having mic issues.
As long as you don't knock your microphone off the stand.
Oh, it's already been falling over. It's been a whole ordeal. So it's what do the Dallas Cowboys and Possums have in common? They both play dead at home and get killed on the road.
Wow. Wow. That is not only funny. It is not only funny, but it is absolutely 100% the truth.
I'm remembering that so I can call my dad later. That's fantastic.
That is fantastic.
I can send you a screenshot if you want.
Yeah. I wish you'd have done that earlier because I would have put that on the screen and we would have had everybody read it. Okay. Oh my gosh, I got something to say about the Cowboys. That's what Stephen A. That's how Stephen A. starts off. And I actually think he got it from me. I'm not lying to you guys when I say that I think that. I've been on his show 3 times. So, but anyway, the Dallas Cowboys, it's not, Brian, that they have a bad defense, or it's not that they have a great defense. They just have a great pass rush. That is the thing. They have a great pass rush. When you've got linebackers, and let's just be real about it. And this is not a troll yet, but it's coming. Trust me. Losing Leighton Vander Esch to a possible career-ending injury loom big against the Cowboys for the remainder of the season. Now, lucky for them, when Vander Esch went out, they were playing a bunch of sorry teams. But when they started playing those teams that can run the rock, the Buffaloes, the Miamis, his presence was missed, and you could tell because they had converted safeties playing linebacker. And I'm sorry, you can only line Michael Parsons up one place at a time on the field during a play. You can't clone him. And in this game against the Packers, he was absolutely and completely silent. Because I remember what Bart Scott said about Michael Parsons. He is outstanding in terms of a pass rusher. He has great speed and quickness off the line. But when you run at him, that is what he's susceptible to. And that is essentially what has been happening. Go ahead, Brian.
I also saw many times that for whatever reason, Dan Quinn decided to drop him in coverage as well, multiple times. Instead of rushing the quarterback on like a 3rd down or something, you're dropping Micah Parsons, one of the best pass rushers in the game, in coverage. Like, I'm telling you, I don't know. That honestly looked like Dan Quinn got paid off to like lose that game.
Shaving
That's
points.
what it looks like. Yeah,
Saving points.
100% looked like it because he did absolutely nothing that he's done all year in the playoffs. Like, I don't understand. It doesn't make sense. And I'm not a conspiracy theorist or nothing like that, but yeah, it was odd to see.
All right. Well, I don't know where Leslie went. Maybe she had to shake him some more. Oh, there she is. But I have a couple things that I want to show you guys. And this is courtesy of Brian Roberts. Something that he sent to us earlier. And I'm going to play it right now. Here we go.
Oh,
Are you
yeah.
ready? Let's go.
You good? Not really. Look, it's gonna be okay.
We were supposed to win this year, bro.
I know.
And we're supposed to be America's team, but we fail America every year. I'm tired of losing.
I'm tired of losing too. Trust me. I know.
I say we just burn these hoes.
Whoa. No, we spent too much money on this. This authentic.
You right.
How about we just look forward to next year? It's always next year.
There's always next year.
Why?
Man, I'm sick and tired of these niggas, bro. Every year these niggas do the same shit.
Thank you, Brian, for that terrific video.
That was the nice one, I feel like. The song is
The song is great. I'm pretty sure I sent that to you, but it's pretty long. So
yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. But it's
Yeah,
fabulous.
this
it's
is
great.
supposed to be an hour show, and we're already at 45 minutes, and we haven't even gotten to the Lions yet. And we got to get to the Lions, and we haven't gotten to the Buccaneers yet. So, we may have to have a bonus episode of a trolling session of Browns fans, and as well as, well, I would say this: it's not nearly as fun to troll Browns fans as it would be Patriots fans, for that matter, or of course the Cowboys fans. Because the Browns, I mean, they're like the lovable losers. You want them to be successful. But in terms of Dallas and Dak and all the rest, I think we have a note from Jerry Jones. Here we go.
Jerry, why are you trying to get rid of me? Dak, where'd you get such an idea? Everyone's talking about it since you brought in Trey. The writing's on the wall, Jerry. You know you can't listen to people. The writing is literally on the wall, Jerry. Oh, that? DAC's an acronym. It stands for get rid of drugs and killing. That is pretty important. But what about that picture on your desk? I did that because you were making me look bad. You're too darn handsome. That makes sense. I am handsome. You bet your butt you are, especially in that Cowboys uniform. You got nothing to worry about. Thanks, Jerry. Sorry about all this. I'll see you later. Bye, Dak. Okay, he's gone. You can come out. Be ready soon, Trey. That SOB won't be here much longer.
We could go an hour of trolling Cowboys. I promise you that.
Oh, yeah. It could be a whole show.
You look at every other team that's lost in the playoffs, and you don't see very many memes and gifs and jokes, and you don't see any of that stuff on those teams. For OU fans, we like to troll the Browns just because they fumbled Baker Mayfield. So, but other than that, that's the only reason really. So yeah, it's all Cowboys trolling. That's it.
Check this out though. Before we move on to the and I want to say the Lions for last. Before we move on to the Bucks and the Eagles, because Eagles fans can get trolled as well. This was a record-setting performance by the Dallas Cowboys team, and I don't mean in no good way. This is the most amount of points that they've ever allowed in a playoff game. Being down 27-7 at halftime, I think, is the largest deficit they've had for a playoff home game. They allowed Jordan Love a perfect passer rating the first time ever. Jordan Love against Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott was playing in his 7th playoff game. This was Jordan Love's first. Yeah. It was a total and complete domination. And for everybody out there that's Cowboys fans, I'm gonna be real, your window is closing. And Dan Quinn interviewed with the the Carolina Panthers earlier today. I'm not saying he's gonna get that job. I'm not even saying he wants that job. But Dan Quinn, I think, has taken this defense as far as he can take them. Now, I understand they were without Diggs because of the ACL injury, but they can't stop the run. And who knows? They may run it back. But if they run it back, Philadelphia is going to get better. The 49ers are going to get better. The Lions are going to get better. You just got spanked by Green Bay at home. They're going to get better. So you better get better because I almost said get wetter. You better get better because your window is closing. All right. Let's move on to the Buccaneers and the Eagles. The Eagles, I'm just going to say this. The final score, 32-9, it wasn't even that close. Brian, it wasn't even that close, man.
No, it wasn't.
It was.
I said it. Baker Mayfield. I'm just saying, all right? He's back. In fact, I feel like he's playing better than he ever did at Cleveland. So this is his probably best time of his career right now, as far as how well he's playing. So I got to give it up to Tampa Bay, though. I mean, they are, they're keeping him in it. They're playing good D. They got good defense out there. I mean, they shut down Philly. So, I mean, I was very pleased to watch that game. I haven't gotten excited over, that excited for an NFL game in a long time other than, my own team. But other than that, I mean, for just a random team, I was pretty excited in that game. I got up and was cheering pretty loud for him. So pretty excited for that. But, yeah, they got a tough one coming up. So,
yeah. Teshia, your thoughts on the Bucs killing the Eagles?
They just didn't show up. It's like they just stopped playing. They just stopped. Did you watch the game?
Yeah.
It just stopped. And here's the thing. I'm not a Mayfield hater. I actually have a lot of respect, but the Eagles just the momentum just went. It was gone. And when that happened, I mean, they made some bad calls and they didn't win.
Mm-hmm.
So there you go.
As Leslie takes a sip, she's going to speak.
Let's go.
Yeah. Right. I mean, I thought it was fabulous. I'm kind of the opinion once you're on any of my teams, I'm a fan for you for life. And as we all know, Touchdown Tommy was a Buck for a hot minute. So I was cheering them on specifically for that reason. And they just dominated the entire game. I mean, it was from that first run. And I'm like, this is in the bag. They got it. There was just no stopping them. It doesn't hurt my feelings either that Kelsey was on that team, although I do like him a lot better than I like his brother. And I am sad that he's retiring. That is sad for.
Well, he said the right. He said that, but he didn't mean it. He's going to take some time, but I think he's leaning. I think he's leaning towards.
I watched as that game ended. I said to my dad, I was like, "He's done. This is it. He's retired."
Yeah.
He needs to go home and play with his kids.
You did
a good job.
Kids and watch them grow up. And football's not a reason to ruin your life over for sure. And there's too many risk of injury at that age.
And he's only 36 years old. I mean, that's the thing. He's only 36, so he's going to become. He's going to go from being an old man to a young man really, really quickly.
I was going to say, he might be old in football, but it's young. So.
I was like 36 as an offensive lineman. When you're in the trenches every single play, yeah, that's like an 80-year-old right there. 36. I mean, his body is broke down. You could tell. And anyway, he's Can I say one thing?
Yeah.
What do they call it? The brotherly shove got stopped for the first time I think I've ever seen on literal goal line. It was like less than 1 yard. And
actually, that was the second time it was stopped. The first time was also that was the second time it had been stopped since it started getting all this fanfare. The first time it was stopped was by this same Buccaneers defense earlier in the year. But I'll say this about Philadelphia. The Eagles, y'all should be ashamed of yourselves because y'all quit. The tackling or the lack thereof, and there's nothing I hate more than these two things in sports. I hate missed tackles and I hate missed free throws. Oh my gosh. And when I seen Bradbury out there missing tackles and that one kid that's like 5'9" and 160 pounds out there breaking tackles, I say these dudes have quit. They have flat out quit. All right, real quick, let's get to the Rams and the Lions. I wanted to save them for last because we got a couple Lions fans on Instagram that are watching, and one of them happens to be one of my cousins, Luther Wilkins. He lives in Detroit, long time Detroit Lions fan. He's lived up there his entire life. He has a brother, Brandon. So I've had them to send in breaking news. The Dallas Cowboys are holding on to Mike McCarthy until next year. So he's coming back. Yeah. Hip hip hooray if you hate the Cowboys.
Oh.
And Marissa Tigney, who's also a tremendous Lions fan, she's chiming in. The Lions beat the Rams 24-23. Some people are saying that the Lions kind of got away with a couple of things. There was a late hit on Matthew Stafford. There was a holding penalty against Puka Nacua that they did not call that would have given the Lions the first down at a critical juncture of the game. Those, of course, are not singular plays that would determine the outcome of a game. But let's just give Detroit love for what they're doing and what they have done, as they will now welcome the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to Ford Field for the divisional round. And I want to get you guys' prediction on who's going to win this game. Go, Brian. You have to say the Lions.
I do, which is painful because I want to root. I mean, I'm going to root for Baker Mayfield. This game actually is the most fun game I'm going to have all weekend because regardless of the outcome, I'm going to be happy. I'm going to be happy that.
I mean, I really want the Lions, but go ahead.
Well, no, yeah. I mean, look, I want the Lions to go as far as possible just because of their fan base and stuff, and because of Eminem. It's like, hey, they deserve it, okay? They definitely deserve to at least go to the Super Bowl. I don't know if they can win it, but hey, they should go. And here's the thing: obviously, if Tampa Bay wins, I'm gonna be just as happy because for Baker.
Right.
Yeah, but I'm gonna have to take the Lions in the game. I mean, the Lions do look like more of a complete team. Tampa Bay needs to run the ball. If they can't run the ball, then I don't feel like they're gonna have as good of a shot as Detroit to win that game. So. Hey, did you happen to see the video of the reporter? Did you see that video? Did I send you that? So a reporter asked Todd Bowles if how he was preparing to play in the cold weather in Detroit, how he was preparing his team, and he goes, "Well, because they play in a dome, it's all of about 5 to 10 minutes walk from the bus to the stadium, so I think we'll be okay."
That's somebody that should have been fired on the spot.
Yeah.
All right, Leslie, who you got in this game, Leslie, out of Detroit and Tampa?
I think it's going to be a really, really close game. I really, really do. But I'm hoping for Detroit just because it's the Lions and, they haven't been forever. And honestly, I want to hear Lose Yourself in the stadium a couple more times. So.
Oh, we can play that on the show.
What's that?
Yeah, we can play that now. Well, maybe not now, but maybe next time.
No one wants to hear Leslie sing, so let's not do that.
No, you're right. Nobody wants to hear Leslie sing. All right, Teshia, who's going to win in this game, Detroit or Tampa?
Oh, it's the Lions all the way. There's nothing else I can say. Like, I salute them for making it as far as you did, but yeah, they don't have it. Sorry, Brian.
Well, I think this. I'm going to pick the Lions too, but I'm going to say this. That it might be a little closer than what people may think. And the reason why I say that is because the Lions' pass defense is not that great. And outside of Aiden Hutchinson, they don't really get much pressure on the quarterback. So if I'm a Lions fan and Baker Mayfield coming in with a hot hand, that would make me a little nervous. But being that as I said, I will go ahead and take the Lions to move on to the NFC Championship game. Where they will either face Green Bay or San Francisco. Brian, who's winning? Green Bay or San Francisco? Two teams that sit by a bay.
I have to say San Francisco. I truly believe San Francisco has the most complete team in the playoffs right now, and I think that they end up, I don't want to spoil anything, but I don't see anybody beating them right now. So. It's going to be close, though, closer than people think. Green Bay is playing really well. I think it'll be a lot closer than we think. But yeah, I got to go with San Francisco.
Yeah, Jordan Love in his last 10 games, 24 touchdown passes, 1 pick. 1 pick. Teshia, San Francisco or Tampa Bay? I mean, or Green Bay.
I hate to say this, but this really hurts. Hold on. Go Pack, go. Oh man, that hurt. I think that I think they're gonna do it. I don't know. It was just threw up a little in my mouth. Just I don't know. I'd like to see it. It would be an interesting outcome.
Teshia, you know that the Niners made the jackets for T Swift and Brittany, right?
I know. Yeah, they were beautiful too.
We're gonna get through this show.
Did you see her giving 4s? Instead of high fives, she was giving 4s. She was giving 4, 5, 4s.
Yeah. 4s.
4s.
You're welcome, Willie. Had to bring her up. Had to do it.
All right, be that as it may.
I don't know. I don't know that that's going to happen, but I kind of hope it does because I like an underdog.
I'm picking Niners.
Let's go.
Niners all the way.
You're picking the Niners.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of feel like they're unstoppable.
Yeah, I'm going with the Niners as well. They're a team that I don't like to root. They're a team that I openly hate, but secretly root for.
Yeah, exactly.
If that makes any sense.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, Leslie, we see you.
You just hate us, don't you?
But you're gonna have to go back and watch. I'm gonna cut the end of the show and I'm gonna send it to you because there's something special for you. As a matter of fact, if you can spare 2 minutes, let's go ahead and do this now.
Okay.
As this has gone from a Show Sho Nuff Divided to a show of being I told you so. Bill Belichick is no longer the head coach, the head football coach of the New England Patriots. And we tried to tell Leslie for months that this was going to be Belly's last hurrah. Mm-hmm. He's already interviewed with the Atlanta Falcons. He's already, I think he's going to be in line to interview with the Los Angeles Chargers of San Diego. And she's holding the picture up out there.
It's great. So, that's beautiful.
Belichick era. You go.
So what I wanted to do for you, Leslie, is I can't find it. Lucky you, I can't find it. He's
not going to Dallas. Oh my God.
Can we have a service, like a funeral service for her, like just like a service for Belichick, leaving. Sad day for her. Sad day.
Yeah, and
I can imagine. Yeah,
I promise. I was actually trying to get to it, but while we continue to talk about this, okay, it's not enough that he left there as the general manager and the head coach, of which we thought that if there was any chance that he would stay, it would be as the head coach. But obviously, the word came out on Wednesday or whatever it was. So it got me to,
because I could not use my martini. It was Thursday. It was a non-martini day.
So what we're gonna do, like right now, before we let Leslie go, is we're going to play an ode to Bill Belichick, and it goes a little something like this. Here we have one Bill Belichick, 24 years in the Northeast with the Boston Patriots or New England Patriots.
They hate us because they ain't us, Willie.
9 Super Bowl appearances, and he won 6.
Oh, you're right. Nice.
He had the greatest quarterback in the history of the civilized world in Tom Brady. And since Tom Brady took a bow out of New England and fled south to Tampa Bay and won yet another Super Bowl, Bill Belichick was left with the bag that had holes in it and no chance to win another championship in New England without Tom Brady. So even though we feel as though Bill Belichick is the greatest coach of all time, his time has indeed passed him by. Bill, we wish you well on your journey. We know that you think that there's more in the tank for you, but we shall see. With that being said, Leslie, go have a great time over there with the Pesky Podcast boys. We'll talk to you again real soon.
All right. Bye, guys.
See ya.
You are amazing. Cheers.
All right, guys. So let's get back to these games. What we got left? We have we did Tampa Bay. I'm sorry, we did Green Bay and San Francisco. I think San Francisco was on a mission. They're the team to me that would have given them the most problems. Well, they just got beat by the team that they're facing in a way that nobody thought was going to happen. So I got San Francisco in this one as well. So we're going to go to the East Coast, particularly to the Inner Harbor. The Baltimore Ravens, the number 1 seed, are welcoming in the Houston Texans. These two teams played in week 1, in which the Ravens won that game. This is not the same Texas team. And Brian, I know they are in the same division as your favorite team. Give me a prediction on this one, sir.
Well, you might be shocked, but I am picking the Texans to upset the Ravens in Baltimore. It's going to be tough. It's going to be close. It's not going to be what they did, in the first round in the wild card. But I think C.J. Stroud has it. I think he has it, and it's hard to stop it, when you have it, Teshia knows with Patrick Mahomes, it's hard to stop him, especially when he's at the type, and I mean, he's a rookie, so you can't say he's at the top of his game right now, but he's playing good. So hopefully it's not the top of his game.
I couldn't agree more.
So yeah. Picking the Texans.
Okay. So Teshia, you said you couldn't agree more. Does that mean you're taking the Texans also?
I hate to, but I mean, I think so. I don't want to say it this and be rude about it, but we've put Lamar in his place. He's not a great playoff contender, so they have a lot more game to play. I feel like they're more, and I think that's absolutely gonna happen. They can do it.
Yeah, I think Lamar, out of all of the quarterbacks that entered the postseason, he was the one that had the most pressure. And this is the most pressurized situation because this is the best team that he's had around him offensively and defensively. But I don't think you can just ball into balling. The Texans, you're gonna have to pay your dues. This is another record-setting team in terms of a rookie head coach and a rookie quarterback going this far in the playoffs. We've never seen it happen before. John Harbaugh, his brother, just won the national championship. Just in case you guys didn't know, the Michigan Wolverines won the national championship last week. If you hadn't heard, I think that's going to be a bit of a factor in his motivation. I'm going to go with the Baltimore Ravens, but it ain't going to be a blowout. And I think CJ Stroud and them are going to put up a fight. All right, last game on the schedule. We have Kansas City headed to Buffalo. And Bills Mafia has been waiting for this for a long time. So here's my question, Teshia, and everybody out there that's watching. You can see in the bottom corner on the left-hand side, that's her face, as lovely as it is. That's her hat, as much as I hate it. And she's got that same hat on now. Teshia, with your heart, who is winning this game?
Was that clear enough? Did you see it? Oh yeah, you did. Yeah, hold on. Gotta get the let's fucking go. See, I cursed. I was the only one that cursed.
We haven't even cursed. You can though.
I gave y'all permission. I was gonna say that to the end. I gave y'all the out.
We haven't even done it. You've trained us well, Willie.
We may bring it back. Yeah, I guess so. We may bring it back. You know what? If the Chiefs happen to lose, it's on. It's on. So, okay, Brian, Chiefs, Bills. Who's winning?
You know, Willie, I'm not fucking doing it. I'm not picking the Chiefs. Bills are winning this game. They're winning this game, Willie. Buffalo is winning the game. It's in Buffalo.
Okay, respect.
This is the first road game for Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs. Buffalo's winning this
Perfect
game.
time to win one. Oh my goodness. I mean,
She went on mute.
She muted herself.
Yeah, right. She was about to explicit. They were about to come out. See, I was trying to get them out, you know.
Well, here's the thing, and it's time to go. I know the Chiefs. Rashid Rice probably has a lot more confidence now than he did earlier in the season when these two teams faced off. I think Mahomes has a lot more confidence in him. We saw Travis Kelce drop a couple passes in this past game. The weather is going to be yucky. It's going to be more yuckier than it was in Kansas City when they played the Dolphins. It's a different type of cold with that wind whipping off Lake Erie. Josh Allen and James Cook and Latavius Murray are going to run the ball just enough. And the era that is Patrick Mahomes and having to play a game on the road in the playoffs for the first time ever in his life, that is going to bode against the Chiefs. And I'm not saying this. I ain't done. Let me finish. I ain't saying this because I hate them. I'm saying this because I hate them. Last thought, Teshia. Go ahead. I'm gonna let you have the floor.
you said era. Was that a Taylor Swift reference or what?
Why would it be a Taylor Swift reference?
Because she's on her Eras tour.
Is that
good Lord?
Good God. I'm leaving. I have had enough. This is
we have the mother. We have the mother. I think we're gonna be okay.
This has been a show Nuff Divided. 2 comments that are out there. We got Stephen Mack, my Cowboys. Stephen Mack, y'all pray for me. LOL. No, sir, we're not gonna pray for you. Well, we may now because Mike McCarthy's coming back. So with that being said, let's jump up out of here, guys. For Leslie, for Brian, for Teshia, this is Willie. Y'all stay safe. Y'all hug each other. Y'all love each other. I promise it's gonna be all right. And we'll holler at y'all again real soon. Peace. We out.